What is happening, mediocre people of YouTube? We're here to talk about, not this. We're here to talk about amplifiers today. What I've always told you guys, stop modifying your fucking amplifiers, right? I've preached that for a while now, so let's get to it. I think maybe we do it like this. I don't know. Angle might be off a little bit. Doesn't matter. Anyway, for many, many years, I've told you guys, I've gone down this road of working on guitar amplifiers, and I've done some radios, and I've had an opportunity to where I'm starting to get good at it, where I've had people who entrusted me to their guitar amplifiers to fix. And two cases in particularly, I had a thing where they were like, oh my god, dude, this thing sounds better than it's ever sounded. Now, I didn't do anything. I didn't change the tubes. The only thing I did was I demodified it. There were some modifications inside the amplifier. Took those out. I put it back to stock. I've had that happen 2 or 3 times. 2 for sure, because I remember it real well. Anyway, and that's where, I started to, tell you guys, listen, don't modify your amplifiers. And then I started to say, hey, listen, don't modify your amplifiers unless you know exactly what you're doing. Okay, and I still stick by that. Don't modify your guitar amplifiers unless you know exactly what you're doing, unless you understand what the circuit was designed to do, and what your goals are in modification. So I never really got into, let's see if we can get a little AC going here. Never really got into, modifying. I started, this is the big reveal, right? Because I've been telling you guys about this for months, and I haven't had time to make the video. I'm also transitioning over to vape. Anyway, so I started watching a YouTube channel, and I was like, huh. And then I started like really digging into it and watching different. He's done a ton of videos. He's not unlike Psionic Audio. You guys remember when I brought up Psionic Audio, and he had like 5. This is what I hope happens to this guy. Psionic Audio, Lyle over there. He had like 5,000. I don't know, 5,000 subscribers or something. He'd been doing that for years. And I had mentioned him on the channel, along with another guy, Brad's Guitar Garage, which is very good too. And he instantly blew up. He had like 10,000, and then like 2 weeks later, he's like, holy shit. And so they're celebrating 20,000 subscribers. So the guy I'm about to tell you guys about, I really hope that happens to him too, because I've never said, oh, you should get into modifications and whatnot. I've always been the opposite, demodify your amplifiers. This guy knows exactly what he's doing. He understands what the circuit was designed to do. He understands what his goals are with his modifications. He understands the limitations of the amplifier, and honestly, he really is a truly amazing amplifier guy. The name of that channel, if you don't know already, is, drum roll, Head First Amplification. If you don't know about Head First Amplification, he is certainly worth checking out. The video that was the icing on the cake for me, that made me want to do a video specifically to promoting him, was a video he did with the, you remember the Marshall Origin heads that came out? 20 and 50 watt, I believe. I don't think they had 100 watt. But the Marshall Origin head, straight up Marshall sounds, but man, could use a little something, And I'm talking just the amplifier itself, not the not a pedal in front of it or anything. Anyway, he did that was the icing on the cake for me, was when I saw the modifications he did on this Marshall Origin 20, I believe it was. And I mean, this thing just sounds great. It sounds fantastic. I looked at, I looked into the modification. Not a whole bunch of really hard stuff to do, and boy, you can turn one of those Origins into a really cranking amp. So, but he's done many videos. He also, he's all about stock stuff too, but he tinkers around with a lot of different stuff. And but like I said, he puts thought into it. Like Lyle over there at Psionic Audio, I mean, the guy is just, his brain is just filled with this stuff. I mean, if you ever had a question, if you were ever stumped on pretty much any amplifier, but I would say Vox, Fender, and Marshall, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind Lyle has the answer, or he's seen it, or he's had it on his bench. I mean, he's just a wealth of information over there. Uncle Doug, obviously, Uncle Doug is probably still, in my mind, pound for pound, Uncle Doug is the best out there. Just because of the way his teaching skills are. He's very good at teaching, where Lyle doesn't quite have that teaching ability. He can tell you how to do things, but he can't. And I'm not saying this isn't a knock. It's just that some people have, a knack for a teaching ability. Perhaps they taught for many years before they started a YouTube channel talking about guitar amplifiers. The guy over at Head First Amplification has very good teaching abilities. So does Psionic Audio. But yeah, Head First Amplification it's truly amazing. And if you guys don't know about it, absolutely go check him out. I will definitely put a link in the description of this video to make it easy for you. Just click on the more, you'll see the link, and go check out some of his stuff. Check out that Marshall Origins modification he did. I can't remember the name of the modification, but it's actually a modification that he does to several amplifiers, and it's very cool. So anyway, as you saw in the beginning of the video, I just did my first rebuild on a Traxxas Jado 3.3 engine. I blew out the, I think that was the second time I had that car out. I blew out the motor mounts in the engine in a really bad rollover. Rolled it about 15 times. Did not have the body on it, and didn't understand what was going on. I was burning out the main gear there. I can't remember the name for it, but there's a gear there, and I burned one out, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I put a new one in, and man, burned it out right away too. That was when I realized the engine was loose, and to which I tried to tighten it, only to realize I couldn't tighten it anymore, and actually snapped a screw off in the process, and the engine still wasn't tight. So that's when I pulled it out, and I found a hole in the side of the engine where the motor mount used to be attached. So I ended up getting a new crankcase for it, and rebuilt it, and it just has to go back into the car at this point. And we'll be cruising some RC cars. Maybe I'll do some videos on that. It's fun, just something to do on a Sunday morning when you're bored. 7 a.m., when the neighbors are sleeping, and he's definitely fucking really hungover. Crank up that fucking nitro car and buzz it around the backyard is always a fun thing to do. So yeah, anyway, other than that, you guys have it busier than heck. I just haven't had the time to make videos, although you see that I've got that guitar ready for Eric C to go. Now I just need to come up with some cash to send him and send the guitar off to him. And he's very reasonable on his prices, by the way. Eric is a really good guy. Anyway, I'm looking forward to getting that guitar sent off to Eric, because you guys are going to be like, fuck yeah, when you see what he does to it. We finally were able to agree on what I wanted to do, and I think it's a great idea. I've never had one. I just happened to be at Guitar Center, passing by Guitar Center, so might as well go ahead and dumpster dive Guitar Center. I always do this, just in case there's rats. Never seen a rat, but I recently picked up a whole shit ton of more cables from their dumpster not long ago. They cut all the ends off though. That was after the first time. That was after the first. Here we go, shipping boxes. This is, man, these are great. Yeah, last time I did a video, I pulled a bunch of cables out, and I think only out of like 15 or 20 of them, only one of them was actually bad. And the next time I came around and they threw out a bunch of cables, they cut all the ends off of it. And I don't know if it was because of my video. I can't even imagine that this specific Guitar Center saw my video from my little channel. But I guess it's, you know, stranger things have happened. Anyway, oh, there you guys go. Dropped you. Anyway, we're done anyway. Till next time, peace out.